Hi guys! So I know you guys probably think that I'm crazy because I'm always recording while I'm driving, but this is really the only time that I can find the time to make videos because I'm so busy all the time. And even when I'm home and I have time, it's loud because of my two kids that, like, yeah, there's no way. I don't do it when my kids are in the car, just so you guys know. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the planet Venus. So if you don't know anything about the planet Venus in astrology, Venus is the planet of love. It is the planet of pleasure, art, sensuality, attraction, and what you find appealing to the eye. Venus doesn't necessarily like things that are a drab. Venus doesn't really like things that are boring, unless it's very comfortable. They find a lot of pleasure in comfort. So it's not necessarily that a Venetian needs entertainment all the time. Venus needs relaxation. Venus needs a hotel room in a luxury resort. The two signs that are ruled by the planet Venus are the signs of Taurus, which is an earth sign, and the sign of Libra, which is an air sign. These two signs are incredibly different. At the same time, they're not so different. Taurus is definitely a lot more reliable and trustworthy. Libra seems to be down to earth and seems to be very easy to get along with. But at the same time, Libra has a tendency to keep a lot inside. Libras also hold so much in that they eventually do kind of have that explosion where they reveal the things that bother them to you. Libra can be great because Libra is the peacemaker. Libra is the one that's going to dissolve any issues in the environment. But both of these signs at the end of the day really do enjoy nice things. They really enjoy fancy things. They really want to eat a nice meal. They really want to have a glass of wine with you. When you actually get to spend time with these people, then you really learn how to enjoy the things that you have, and you really learn how to, just appreciate the beauty of life. So the planet Venus is going to be a pretty quickly moving planet, about the same as Mercury and Mars. Not as quick as the moon. Everyone's Venus sign is going to definitely fluctuate between even those who are born in the same year. So if your Venus sign is in Aries, this can mean that you have a little bit of a tendency to seem aggressive in love, to seem cold in love, to seem distant. You have a harder time appreciating the nicer things in life. You might be a little bit messy, you might be a little bit chaotic, you might be a little bit quick-tempered in relationships. I think it's mostly because you have a really difficult time expressing yourself emotionally. You are kind of one of those people who will wait until something is really bothering you to explode, because you're not as connected with romance as a lot of people are. And there's nothing wrong with this at all. It's just that it takes you a little bit longer to allow yourself to be vulnerable to these emotions that you actually have inside you. Some people may believe that you actually don't possess any deep emotions, which of course you do. It's just figuring out how to be comfortable enough to let people know that you do. If your Venus is in Taurus, then you already know, baby. You are a romantic. You love the idea of taking someone on dates. You love the idea of making out under the sunset. You love the idea of sneaking off and confessing your undying, unrequited love to everyone that you meet and have an attraction toward. And if that is not happening in your current relationship, then sometimes you can idealize other people and not admit it to yourself or the person that you're with. You really don't want to end relationships when you feel like they're over because you don't want to hurt them, or you don't know if that's what you want. You might want it later, but you're not sure, so sometimes you'll just wait until someone else comes along. You are the ultimate romantic. If your Venus is in Gemini, you can be a little bit indecisive about the things that you enjoy as far as pleasure. Usually what I've seen with Gemini Venus is that these people are bisexual. And if you're sitting there, especially I know how guys are, if you're a heterosexual male and you're saying, I am not bisexual, then don't worry, I'm not attacking you. I'm not talking about everyone. Like I said, a lot of times with this placement, I have seen that a lot of people here are bisexual. So if that's you, whatever. I obviously have no problem with that because so am I. So anyway, if you are, this can make you a little bit uncertain of yourself at times as far as pleasure. You may always question what you want. You may always wonder if what you have is even what you want. And if you don't have it, then you'll probably continue thinking about it until you do. And as soon as you get it, you may decide that you don't like it and then want that back, but it might be too late. You are definitely the live and you learn type. Usually with you, you just have to make mistakes. You have to try it, and if you don't, it's gonna bother you. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That is the way to live, in my opinion. You live and you learn. If your Venus is in Cancer, then you just love to be at home. You're a total homebody. Your ideal date is just being at home, eating snacks, cuddling, watching Netflix, cleaning the house even, lighting candles, making it as nice as possible, and just loving the fact that this is your home. Even hanging out with your family. This is pleasure to you. This is life. This is love. This is everything to you. If your Venus is in Leo, you are so exciting. You are so much fun. You find pleasure in most things as well. Your idea of pleasure isn't going to be as chill as Cancer or Taurus. You're going to find more pleasure in activity. You're going to find more pleasure in getting up and doing things. You really hate sitting still. You really hate being at home. You really don't find the excitement of that. You think it's like watching paint dry, most likely. You're a big flirt. You're probably always at a party. You're invited to all the parties. You're probably the one always throwing the parties. If your Venus is in Virgo, then you're probably very attention to detail when it comes to things like art. You might be a little bit nitpicky even. You really have a hard time finding pleasure unless everything is kind of perfect. You're not going to sit at home and watch TV or listen to music or anything until you've made sure that everything is cleaned up and organized. You really could be anything, but whatever you are and whatever you take pleasure in, whatever hobbies you have, it is all probably going to revolve around something that is all about the details, the cleanliness, or just little bits of information that no one else is going to pick up on or understand except for you. If your Venus is in Libra, then you are a lover of love. You're definitely a romantic and an idealist as well as Taurus. When it comes to relationships, you really have a hard time expressing yourself honestly and authentically because you don't want to upset the balance and the harmony between you and someone else. You most likely like multiple people at one time. Even if you're in a relationship with someone, you probably have your eyes on other people just in case. This can cause problems for you, but this doesn't necessarily mean that you're not dependable or trustworthy. You're probably going to want to wine and dine the person that you're with. You're going to want to go out and do nice things, show them off if they're really attractive, you know what I mean? And most likely you're not going to be with anyone who's not really attractive. You're going to want to show them off, period. Yeah, you're totally a romantic. If your Venus is in Scorpio, like mine, you're probably quite mysterious in love. You can be a little bit complicated because you want to figure someone else out before you decide that you're going to be vulnerable with them. You probably have some trust issues, which keeps you from completely enjoying yourself or, you know, just allowing things to take hold, just allowing things to unfold, just allowing things to transpire naturally. You really probably feel like you need to control situations, which can leave you high and dry because this need for control is oftentimes exactly what takes that person back away from you because you tried too hard to hold on too tightly instead of just letting it flow gracefully. If your Venus is in Sagittarius, you are not necessarily looking for love, you're looking for the ultimate adventure with a partner. You are trying to find someone who enjoys all the same things that you do so that you can experience life doing all the things that you love with someone, and you're not really willing to, you know, settle down with just anyone. You probably don't want to really settle down at all, but if you are going to be with someone, you definitely want that person to love all the same things as you do. If your Venus is in Capricorn, you are extremely, extremely serious, loyal, and dedicated to any potential partners that you have. You're not going to be the type that's talking to 2 or 3 people at a time. It's definitely going to be all or nothing for you. You're going to be keeping your attention and focus on that one person, and you're not going to talk to them or hang out with them at all unless you're totally serious, and you're going to end it as soon as there is any type of doubt in your mind that that person doesn't feel the same way as you. If your Venus is in Aquarius, then you're incredibly unique when it comes to the things that you find pleasurable. Your music taste is probably really different than most people's. You probably don't watch TV like most people do, but if you do, it's probably going to be like worldly or indie. You probably flounder around a lot when it comes to love. You're not really looking for anyone who's too serious, but you're not looking for anyone who's like not serious enough either. It needs to be kind of a balance for you. They need to be like chill, but not want to have like too much control over it. You need a lot of freedom. You need a lot of independence. You need someone to really trust you and trust that you have their best interests at heart as well. If your Venus is in Pisces, then you are incredibly intuitive when it comes to the person that you're dating or any potential partners. You are very deep. You really have a hard time not saying everything that comes to your mind when you're dating someone. You want to spill your guts totally and completely and hope that they accept it. Obviously, this doesn't always happen. Sometimes you can love someone or, you know, have a potential partner and be really hurt because you gave too much in the beginning, and there's nothing wrong with it. And I would say that at some point you're gonna find the right person. You almost have like this psychic connection with anyone that you date. If they're as open with you as you are to them, then you could possibly even have like the potential to not read each other's thoughts, but like finish each other's sentences and really have an intuitive understanding of what that person is thinking and feeling, and it'll seem like you're reading each other's minds. Alright guys, well that is all I have for you today as far as the planet Venus in astrology. Next time we will be going over the planet Mars, and yeah, we'll see you next time guys. Bye!